Good evening and welcome to Live at 5. I'm Lance Jenkins.
And I'm Kelsey Rushing.
I'm so glad to be back.
It's been literally an eternity since you've last been on here.
This is going to be a ton of fun tonight,
Oh,
folks.
yeah.
We've got a lot of news to talk about. And also want to thank Congressman Robert Pittenger for joining us on Friday. We look forward to covering the United States House of Representative election, which will be coming up in 2018, both the primaries and the general election. Excited about that. Lots to talk about tonight on Richmond County's Nightly News, so let's get right to it. Now for tonight's top story. On October 26th, the Richmond County Sheriff's Office arrested Charles Joseph Strickland, age 30 of Rockingham, after an investigation into him stealing power tools and pawning them at a local pawn shop. Strickland was arrested and placed in Richmond County Jail under a $5,000 secure bond. In other crime news, Hamlet Police Department Captain R.S. Dover reported that a case of domestic violence was investigated on Tuesday, October 24th at approximately 8:30 p.m. Upon arrival, Patrol Division officers executed an arrest of Richard Graham. Graham was charged with assault on a female and was transported to the Richmond County Jail, and as is customary for domestic violence situations, no bond was allowed for Graham. No further information is available at this time, but as new details emerge, the Richmond Observer will report on them.
There's only 1 week until Election Day in Richmond County, and the Richmond Observer promises to keep you informed. Election Day, November 7th, and polls will open at 6:30 a.m. and close at 7:30 p.m. Early voting takes place at the Cooperative Extension Office at 123 Carolina Street in Rockingham and will continue through November 4th. To find out all candidates and voting locations, read the full article at richmondobserver.com.
The Robinettes, including Kenneth, Claudia, Neil, and Gabrielle, believe in the importance of giving back to the community they love, and Tri-City Incorporated allows them the avenue in which to do just that. The Tri-City team enjoys developing projects that bring the Richmond County community together, and they do this with festivals, the ice rink down at Richmond Plaza over the holidays, various events, and recently through sponsoring 5 $2,000 annual scholarships to Richmond Community College through the Lois Smith Memorial Scholarship for Future Teachers.
The impact of the Tri-City Incorporated team on Richmond County has been tremendously overwhelming. This team of energetic and highly motivated individuals are constantly on the lookout for the next big thing for the community. Richmond County is fortunate to have talented citizens working on its behalf daily to make the county the best that it can be.
Despite the closure of Cordova School, 2 local women helped keep a tradition alive for several youths in the community. The inaugural Fall Festival, not held at the school, took place on the grounds of the Outreach for Jesus Church in Hamlet this past Saturday. The children had various activities to keep them entertained, which included a bounce house, a ball pit, putt-putt golf, an obstacle course, face painting, bowling, go fish, I love go fish, a bag toss, and many other things. There was a cakewalk and a concession stand as well. And all coordinators and volunteers are already excited for next year's event.
The Richmond Senior High School Class of 1977 Reunion Committee Chairman Mike Patrick issued a challenge to his classmates to provide donations to New Horizons Life and Family Services of Rockingham. Focusing primarily on domestic violence situations, New Horizons also assists victims of sexual exploitation, elder abuse, and human trafficking. All services are free, and a 1977 class gathered various items for New Horizons to aid their mission to help Richmond County.
Staff members Karen Bostic and Kelly Cunningham were quite appreciative of the many items that Patrick delivered. Bostic said New Horizons is a grant-funded organization and highly dependent on volunteers and items for everyday use at the shelter. More information may be found from the organization's website at www.newhorizonsagency.com or by calling 910-997-4448.
This past Saturday, downtown Hamlet was full of food, music, crafts and arts, demonstrations, and games to celebrate the 35th Annual Seaboard Festival. Attendees enjoyed demonstrations of glass blowing and wood carving with a chainsaw. Greg Shelley's train room was open with all the model trains fully operational throughout the duration of the event. A crowd was also created when it was time for the conductor's call contest. 13 children and 6 adults all competed for the cash prize to determine who could sound the most like a conductor. We'll be right back after these messages.
At Richmond Community College, we can prepare you for a high-skill, high-paying career in a variety of fields. From business to education, engineering, utilities, healthcare, criminal justice, information technology, and human services. At Richmond Community College, we can save you thousands of dollars on tuition through our university transfer programs that provide a seamless transition to universities and colleges throughout North Carolina. At Richmond Community College, we are always developing new courses and programs in response to the communities we serve. We offer day, evening, and online courses, and you can now complete 5 curriculum programs entirely online. At Richmond Community College, we believe in helping you prepare for a better life. Richmond Community College. Local college, big impact.
With hospice, you guys just outdo yourselves every day. And I really appreciate it. I honest to God don't know what I would do if it weren't for you. The things that you do, I'm in approval of. And thank you. I don't know what else to say other than thank you.
And welcome back to Live at 5, your Monday edition of Richmond County's Nightly News. And I am just gracious to have today in studio Mandy Allen, a missions coordinator at First Baptist Church here in Rockingham. Certainly glad to have you.
Thanks, Lance. I'm glad to be here.
Well, of course, you guys have something really special going on right now. And I've seen a lot of churches do this before, but First Baptist Church has been doing this for 15 years, and that is the Samaritan's Purse Operation Christmas Child Shoebox Ministry.
Yes, we are the drop-off site for our local community, and so we've been doing that for 15 years. Last year, over 3,000 shoeboxes were dropped off at our church.
Wow.
And then taken up to Wingate and then to Charlotte.
Fantastic.
Yes.
That's a tremendous ministry.
It is, and we're glad to be a part of that ministry as we share with children special gifts at Christmas and throughout the year and ministry things so they can learn and grow.
Let's talk about you for a second. How long have you been a member over at First Baptist Church?
Practically all my life.
Well, how about that?
Yes, I was baptized there as a child when I was about 7 years old, and then moved away for various things in life, but now I'm back as a member there, and just a special home for me.
So you're back home, and First Baptist Church, located in downtown Rockingham. Beautiful, beautiful church. I love, and I know we'll get back on the ministry in just a moment, but I love the church. The organ pipes are beautiful.
Yes.
That is one of the most beautiful displays I've ever seen.
Yes, we do have a wonderful sanctuary and just a real home for me especially.
Well, it's special, and of course, Mandy Allen, Missions Coordinator, and joining us in studio today to talk about the Shoebox Ministry. So let's talk a little bit about that. Let's first talk about North and South Carolina, because I think you said 3,000 boxes last year, which is great for this community. North and South Carolina have also been very instrumental in this ministry.
Yes, according to the statistics, I just found out there have been over 900,000 shoeboxes come from North and South Carolina. They go to Charlotte and Boone to a processing plant and then are sent around the world. And many of our community, including myself, have gone and helped there in Charlotte and Boone to help take the boxes out. And it's just amazing how many shoeboxes, just a small shoebox, means and goes all over the world.
Well, you're right. And as a matter of fact, I was actually talking to Sarah Beth, and she was telling me about a story where a little boy got a box.
Yes.
And just was elated. I mean, it's really special what this ministry does, not only to provide gifts like this for children who probably don't receive it, but also for people to learn about God and Jesus and learn about what kind of impact that He can have in their lives.
Yes, and when you do a shoebox, one of the things you include is $9. It's for shipping and for processing and all the things that go in that, but it also goes toward ministry brochures and Bible studies so that local people can help to share God's love with the children and families in the regions that they go to.
That's very special because a lot of those regions, I'm sure you would agree, are really untouched by Christian ministries oftentimes, unless if it wasn't for projects like
yes,
this.
and they're on-site coordinators and pastors and missionaries who are helping to share that love with children and to their families.
So let me ask you this. So everybody prepares a shoebox and they drop it off at First Baptist Church, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But what happens to the shoebox? You said it goes to the processing plant and then it's shipped out.
Yes, so a shoebox like this, or some people choose to use a plastic container or a shoebox that they might have at home just from the shoes they bought. These are just ones that we've gotten from the organization themselves. So you fill a shoebox, you bring it to us, we pack it in a huge brown box, which and label everything, and then when those boxes all go on a U-Haul. Last year we filled an entire U-Haul and cars going straight to Wingate. And then Wingate, they'll go to Charlotte and the processing plant. Each shoebox is gone through by volunteers, checked and make sure everything is appropriate, and then that shoebox is then shipped to a country, say Guatemala.
Yeah, so Guatemala is an example.
Or
Okay.
another, country that they have ministries there, and then a child will receive that box when they have a party. If you watch some of the videos, they talk about the shoeboxes being carried in by boat and on elephant and by motorcycle, and just all these wonderful tools and ways that the shoeboxes go to other countries
That's
and
super
children.
neat. That's so
It's
neat.
really cool.
So how do you pack a box? Because I mean, you got to make sure it's done right. I know it has to go through a screening, but
Yes.
what's the best way that you can give our viewers an idea of how best to pack the box before they drop it off at First Baptist?
Well, one of the things is on the website, which is what we use, we go on and we order these
Okay.
brochures, which actually tell you what to do. And it's very important in any ministry, whether it's this ministry or a ministry that we help locally, to find out what the needs are, so you're not giving things that aren't needed or that they would have to take out. For example, you don't put liquids in these, because if they bust, you can mess up a whole box and it wouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
And so to me, it's very important that you go either online and read their criteria, or you get these brochures for your church or individuals or civic organizations. And so what our church has done is we have ordered these, what I call the red and green boxes. They're a basic shoebox already put together. Well, it comes flat and we put them together and give them to our people in the congregation. And today I brought some of the things that I like to put in my box. And so they encourage you to put what is called like a wow item. And that might be a stuffed animal, it might be a doll. They suggest even putting a soccer ball deflated with a pump. Something that's a little bit bigger.
That's neat.
And then to me, it's really important to put hygiene items in. Now, this year I've chosen to put a toothbrush. These are some of my items. A washcloth, soap. One of the things they do discourage this year is the toothpaste because of some customs issues. And in previous years we put candy, but those again have been discouraged from the organization, not us personally. And so I'm going to put this stuffed animal here in mine, a washcloth, toothbrush, toothpaste. The age limits, they're a younger, middle, and older. So there's age 2 through 4, 5 through 9, and 10 through 12. I personally, like I said, this is a personal, like to do an older child. They tell you that the younger children and the older children have the least boxes. So if you can do that, this is a great thing.
I can see that. That makes sense.
So I'm going to put a sewing kit in mine, a flashlight, and a little purse in mine. And over here is a ball. So I'm going to do a girl this year. That's easier for me. But if I was doing a little boy, I would put like a ball, the boy's socks, girl's socks. You may choose to do like gloves, hats. I also found one year I was at the the site, and I saw people putting plastic cups in. I thought that was a great idea, so I'm going to put a plastic cup in my box
That
this
will
year.
be neat. Yeah.
And the other thing is school supplies: pens, pencils, little pad of paper, crayons, markers, coloring books. Any of those items, are good to put in the box. And try to get a threefold thing. A wow item is what they call it, your hygiene products, and then your school supplies, and then all those little fun things that make something that a
It's
child.
well-rounded. It sounds like it's
Yes.
a well-rounded thing, and I like the wow gift.
Well, that's what they started calling it. And then on the outside of the box, you're going to put one of these labels. Like if I'm going to do
Okay.
a girl, I'm going to cut this label off, put her age, and these boxes in particular already have a place to put.
Okay.
But if you wanted to use your own shoebox, you can put the sticker on there. The last thing is the $9. And some churches do big groups. They choose to put like one check for their whole group. But since I'm doing an individual one, I'm going to take this envelope or another envelope of my choosing, put my check in there, and put it in the box.
Okay.
That way, and when it gets to the processing plant, it will be taken out, and you will know that you have that check has been
And
received.
that can go towards the
Yes,
appropriate
and
cost.
so it's okay if you have 100 boxes, you put one check in, or if you're an individual and you put your own check, that works too.
Well, a thorough understanding we have of how to, which is good, because really that's important, to make sure you do it right and to do it so that it's going to best benefit the child.
Yes,
too.
and like I said, there's things that they ask you not to put in. This year it's the toothpaste, the candy, liquid items, snow globes, lotion, none of that, nothing war related like
Right.
knives or little, what do you call it, like anything that is war related. They don't want that in it. But they do want a well-rounded shoebox and something that a child would like, will make them bring
Right.
joy to their lives.
Fantastic.
And that's different to everybody.
Well, that's great. And of course, again, Operation Christmas Child Shoebox Ministry going on and this is important, the drop-off dates, we want to talk about that. Drop-off dates November 13th through the 20th at First Baptist Church here in Rockingham.
Yes.
Now, what are the times on those days then that people can come in?
Well, our site is open from Monday through Saturday from 9 to 3, and we have a small parking lot. You can just pull up, unload your churches or your individuals. Shoe boxes were open on that Sunday from 9 to 2 after church. So many people pray over their shoe boxes in church and then bring them to us. And finally on Monday the 20th from 10 to 12, and then our truck will leave the church at 12 to go to Wingate. Well, again, pray over those
that
boxes.
day on Monday, November 20th. So just want to make sure everybody's clear, it's not this week.
No.
It's November the 13th through the 20th.
Yes, and
that'll
any
start.
time during that week you can bring your boxes in. And if you have questions, I think we're going to have the information available for you. You can call the church, and we'll be glad to answer any questions you have or just whatever that we can do to help make this ministry possible this year.
Fantastic. Well, so much good going on in this county. We cover stories all the time of people in Richmond County trying to help others throughout the world who are in need, and this is certainly not an exception. What a
Yes.
wonderful ministry this is. And we're giving you this 2 weeks in advance. The drop-off
Yes.
starts 2 weeks from today, and you got plenty of time to get your box together. If somebody doesn't have a box,
Yes.
can they, I'm assuming a lot of people will probably be able to find one, but if they can't, can they pick up one?
Yes, if you contact our church office and you need a box, we'll be glad to help you out with that while our supplies are there.
Available.
You can also use a regular size shoebox. Try not to use an oversized shoebox because we're trying to get as many in a big box as
So
possible.
big boys don't bring you shoe boxes.
Yeah, and the
We need
boot
to-
boxes are sometimes bigger. They take up more space. But use a regular size shoebox from your house, maybe even wrap it in paper if you'd like. Or you could use a plastic container. They're very popular with the plastic lids. You can go online and get your own boxes for your church or your civic organization as well. They're not expensive, and they'll send them straight to you. Make sure you get these brochures and read thoroughly what you need to do. That's really important too, is
Fantastic.
read and find out what they would like in this box so that you can do it the best for the child and the sending of it out.
That's great. First Baptist Church in Rockingham doing a wonderful ministry. And again, November the 13th. It'll start then, it'll end on the 20th. You got plenty of time to start preparing your shoe boxes for a child who's really going to be blessed by that this holiday season. Folks, Mandy Allen, Missions Coordinator, First Baptist Church. Certainly a pleasure having you in
Thank you,
studio.
Lance. I'm glad to be here.
Folks, stay with us. We've got more news, weather, and sports right after this.
I'm Kelly. I worked at Champion Ford for 2 years.
6 years.
3 years.
1 year.
I've been at Champion Ford for 13 years.
1 whole year. 15 years.
I'm Jamie and I've been at Champion Ford for 12 years.
I've been here 8 years.
Champion prices, champion service, champion experience.
Get treated like a champion today at Champion Ford. Just down the road from high prices, championfordlincoln.com.
We are Champion Ford.
Willow Tree Antiques and Gifts is a specialty retail store in downtown Rockingham, in the heart of Richmond County. We are all about rustic, farm-style home decor and gifts. We offer a variety of antique, vintage, and new items. We love helping you make your house a home with unique, one-of-a-kind finds. We also have specialty gifts for all occasions. Family Pharmacy has been serving Richmond County since April 2007, and we have enjoyed getting to know our customers since then. We take our jobs very seriously, and will do whatever we can to make sure you have what you need. Come visit us on Fayetteville Road in Rockingham, and we will treat you like family.
And welcome back to Live at 5. And with tonight's sports, we celebrate the Richmond Raider varsity football team and their win against 71st High School Friday with a score 25-19. Victor Lucera brought the Raiders to a 3-0 lead with 4:18 remaining in the first quarter. Malik Standback set up Dante Miller for a 20-yard run to put the Raiders up 10-7 at halftime. And in the second half, Caleb Hood connected with senior wideout Deshaun Wallace as he cut across the middle of the field for a 39-yard touchdown. Charging down the left sideline, Standback dusted several Falcon defenders for an 86-yard score, his fourth and longest receiving touchdown of the season.
The night's scoring was capped off by some Richmond two-point conversion trickery, followed by Standback's touchdown. Sophomore running back Jaheim Covington took a direct snap, handed off to Caleb Douglas, who then lobbed it to a wide-open Hood. Now the battle to maintain the second spot in the SAC comes down to a season finale next week on the road at Scotland High School. On the road to finish the season, Richmond is set for kickoff in Laurinburg at 7:30 p.m. next Friday.
The 35th Annual Seaboard Festival, which we discussed earlier, was held in Hamlet this past Saturday with the usual number of vendors and various attractions lining each side of Main Street. Destiny Bowie was at the Richmond County Animal Advocates tent, and she was orchestrating sales and collecting donations with the fervor and enthusiasm of a seasoned veteran. Bowie even coordinated the rental of space and setting up the Seaboard Festival operation for the Animal Advocates.
Bowie says she just loves animals and wanted to do more by dedicating her time and energy at the tent. Throughout the festival, Bowie raised $622.91 for the Richmond County Animal Advocates.
Rockingham Parks and Recreation is offering a new basketball program for boys and girls ages 5 and 6. Every aspect of the Little Ballers League will be scaled down to make it age appropriate for all participants. Registration will begin Wednesday, November 1st and conclude Tuesday, November 28th. Fees are $15 for city residents and $25 for non-city residents. Contact Parks and Recreation at 895-6810 for further information. Registration for ages 7 through 18 will follow later this month, and be sure to follow Rockingham Parks and Rec on Facebook for all future updates.
Richmond County Partnership for Children will hold a holiday open house on Tuesday, November 14th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Partnership staff will be available to answer questions and provide information on the services provided by the agency. Parents of children 5 and under are invited to attend this event to learn how their children may receive free books on a monthly basis.
The open house will take place at Richmond County Partnership for Children located at 315 South Lawrence Street in Rockingham. Parking will be available on site in the front and rear of the building. For more information, contact Mamie LeGrand at 997-3773 or at mlegrand@richmondsmartstart.org. Now we'll go to Kelsey for today's forecast.
Thanks, Lance. Today's weather forecast is brought to you by Harrington Funeral Home. As you can see from our office cam, it's sunny, but the temperatures are definitely dropping, which means it's finally October, even though it's almost November. But you know what that means? Halloween is literally tomorrow, which means the Spooktacular is also tomorrow, so make sure to stop by Richmond Observer office to get some candy. But other than that, let's move on to your 3-day weather forecast. Tuesday will be a high of 71 with sunny skies and a low of 46 with a few clouds that evening. Wednesday will be a high of 74 with partly cloudy skies as well and a low of 52, partly cloudy. Thursday will be a high of 77 with intervals of clouds and sun and a low of 54 that evening as well. In November, we should see about average temperatures across North Carolina, so check out about what the average has been historically. Other than that, let's go back to the news desk.
And the Downtown Spooktacular are going to be a lot of fun. It's tomorrow night, 4 to 6 p.m. Bring your children out. Going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of people in businesses, organizations, what have you, downtown that are really working hard to put on this great event. Again, 4 to 6 p.m. tomorrow night, Halloween. Going to be a lot of fun for the children in the area. And I want to thank everyone for joining us for another Monday edition of Live at 5. And I was excited to be back in studio with you.
We're excited to have you always.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much. And of course, tomorrow night, I'll be on with Sierra. Of course, our chief weather reporter, Kelsey Rushing, will be joining us in studio as well. And we'll be talking to Russell Parker about college football. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to talk to him about NC State's loss to Notre Dame. I'm sure he'll be ready, but I will be too. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. Remember, you can download the official RO app on the iPhone App Store as well as Google Play on Android devices. It's free, and all of our content is free, including watching this program on demand anytime you want with the RO app. Thanks for joining us again tonight. We'll see you tomorrow night for another edition of Live at 5. So long.
Farewell.
Adios.
See you later.
Until next time.
BRB.
Not really.